Gibbo presents.
It's Gibbo, and right now I'm joined by the promoter of last night's Brooklyn Massacre clash. It is Andrew Digital.
Yes, Gibbo, pick up yourself first.
Andrew, last night's clash came to a premature end during the tune for tune rounds. Can you explain why this happened?
Well, first of all, the time had went forward. And when it was 2 o'clock here, it jumped to 3 o'clock. But even though the time had jumped, the club, the security guards and the people who own the club, they were working with me as far as to get a winner out of the dance, you know what I mean? Because I was faced with something last night which I didn't really tell the people about. I was actually faced with maybe eliminated 2 sounds, which the rules of the dance was 1 sound should go every round after the intro round. And I was faced, the dance would have been finished, but also for the dance to be finished on time or the full stuff would have played, I'd have to go against the rules that I set and eliminate 2 sounds. Even the old Killer Boo, Red Face, Blacks, all of the panel that was there last night, they were actually telling me that it would be wiser to eliminate 2 sounds, and once I eliminate 2 sounds anywhere in any of the rounds with Gibbo, we would have never had that situation. You understand? But the 5 sounds that's on Brooklyn Massacre, the 5 sound was well represented in that dance. You know what I mean? Fans was there to support all 5 sounds. I didn't want to shortchange the people by making 2 of them sounds there. When all the sounds them was playing real good, all the sounds gave a good showing, all the sounds was entertaining. It was a great lineup and it was a great performance, and I didn't really in my heart want to eliminate 2 sounds. I think that would be shortchanging the dance and also shortchanging the people. So I was just trying to adjust the rounds to let 1 sound go every round instead of getting rid of 2 of the sounds. You know, so that's what I got stuck with. And then when the duffel was going on, I asked the security guard for a little bit more time to determine a winner. And when I saw that the cops gave us a little bit more time, but when I saw that it was going to be a problem with the club and the NYPD, I decided to cut it short. You know what I mean? Because the people them was full joy themselves. Everybody was excited. Rhythm Force was going back and forth next level. Jamie played good. Tech 9 played good. Barrier Free played good. Everybody played good. And I saw me determine a winner after two tunes to make a winner come out of the dance after 2 tune play. I feel like that wasn't right for the people them and that wouldn't be right to the sound them. So I decided as a promoter to just finish it right there.
Looking back, do you still think you made the right decision to not eliminate 2 sounds after the intro rounds?
Wow, I think all the fans that was there last night would have agreed. It was too much of a good dance, Gibbo. It was too much of a good dance. It was just a pity that anybody had to drop out of that dance. You wouldn't want to drop anybody out. Everybody was firing on all cylinders last night. So for 2 sounds to go, that would have really killed the vibe. So that would have really killed the dance.
Is it correct that you're going to hold a one-on-one clash between the 2 sounds who were involved in the tune for tune rounds, Rhythm Force and Next Level, to resolve the unfinished business?
Very so. By God's spirit of my life this week, I will be announcing a date. Rhythm Force versus Next Level. It's still going to be called Brooklyn Massacre. It's not going to be any other title. It's a continuation of last night. Brooklyn Massacre Settlement. Because the trophy, nobody got the trophy last night, and somebody has to get the trophy. So that's what we agreed to do. Both songs agreed at the spot. The fans agree on the spot. It has been the first time I've seen somebody stop a dance. No winner was determined. There was no booze. Everybody was so excited for the possibility to see, a one-on-one between Next Level and Rhythm Force.
Which sound do you think would have won the clash if it had been allowed to run its course?
Honestly, it's very hard to tell. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to give out. I had asked the security guard to let us do the best of 5. We agreed, and I realized that at that point, Rhythm Force had the momentum. I think Next Level's momentum was getting better, and I realized the fans wasn't going to make it be like a lopsided, like a 4-0. It was going to be going back and forth, and I realized it was going to be going back and forth and then we'll still be running more time. Police have been getting more upset. So I don't know who could have won, because the first tune went to, I think the first tune went to Next Level, if I'm being correct. And then Rhythm Force came back and made it 1-1. Rhythm Force played a garnet show, got a huge forward. Next Level came back, got a next big forward, you know what I mean? And then the host was going to judge the final tune and give the winner, to give the song the winnings. And that's when I stepped in and said, no, I'm not going to let the dance end on 2 tunes off it up. That don't make no sense.
It's a real shame the event finished in unsatisfactory circumstances, as by all accounts it was a very well attended and competitive clash.
Yeah, but I don't see none of the fans. It's like, you know, I want to clear this up. Normally there's an event that ended and then you have people like, you know what I mean, they're viewing their point, they're upset. There was none of that this morning. People were so excited when the dance was ended. There was no man booing and saying, no. Everybody was so like, yo, the dance was so crazy, was so wicked. Nobody had a problem with it. Believe me, Gibbo, nobody had a problem with that dance last night.
I hear Doctor from Barrier Free had some very entertaining speeches.
He had some very big moments. Some of the biggest forward last night went to Barrier Free. You know, but you know, when you put Barrier Free with the English barrier, he fought like hell with his tunes. His tunes talked for him. He made some very good speech that was very entertaining. But when you put them against like Jamie and this lineup was a bad lineup with bad MCs. So, you know, after a while it started to take its toll on Doctor. He had to work much harder to keep up with Jamie and the rest of the guys them.
Tech 9 came into this clash fresh off the back of a very impressive performance last week in New Jersey. What do you think went wrong for them last night?
Oh, well, you know, I can't really say too much what went wrong for them, but one thing I realized that the MC that played on Tech 9, I mean, listen, Tech 9 was a big favorite going into this dance. You know, and the MC is not like, he's not familiar with the people that I realized that most of the people that was there, he wasn't familiar. Tech 9 sound is a well-known sound, and people know the faces around the sound, and he had a lot to prove. He had a lot of pressure on him last night. You know what I mean? Especially after Tech 9 had an impressive win the week before with a different set of selectors. That's one thing I would point to also that I was thinking about while I was there. You know what I mean? That Montana and the next guy, they did go to New Jersey. There's pressure going on Buddy Indian last night. He had a lot of pressure on him. He had to prove himself to people why people should accept him playing Tech 9. And this lineup, with all these good MCs going after him, you know, it was a long night for him.
This was Young Hawk's third clash in New York this year. Do you think when you clash so often in the same city that people can become familiar with your dubs and the way you play, and it becomes harder to get a good response from the crowds?
No, Jamie got good response from the crowd last night. You know, Jamie has changed the sound clash thing a lot by being a sound that he clash. It is every week he clash. But one thing last night, Gibbo, Jamie proved why him bad. You know, people shouldn't like focus too much on the Rhythm Force and Next Level aspect, because Jamie had a lot of good moments last night. You know what I mean? Jamie fight like hell. Even the round when he got eliminated, he bust up the dance. You know what I mean? You had to be there or watch the full DVD to see what happened. It was well entertaining by every song played good. So Jamie didn't really he never flopped last night. You know what I mean? He dig out him forwards. He worked the stage, you know what I mean? He worked last night. And that's what made Jamie so great, you know what I mean? He's an entertainer. So even though the music song so much going on, Jamie is an entertainer. He can speak, he have charisma. People like Jamie. So I just like to see somebody, and I don't get tired of seeing them.
Will there be any audio or video released from last night's clash?
Most definitely. You know what I mean? There's some clips that are going to be floating around, but the full audio can be seen on iClash TV.
And will that be released this week?
Maybe not this week. You know what I mean? I got to speak to Castro from iClash TV, but you know what I mean, to see when it's going to be and speak to also the video man that was videotaping it last night. But soon, the people will see what goes on. You know what I mean? You can't really like just push it out the next day or 2 days after, but it's being worked on.
Moving on from Brooklyn Massacre, on a recent edition of his radio program, Chin made a statement in the aftermath of the violence after the recent clash between Innocent and Young Hawk, in which he said that he was going to call you and suggest that you two put the differences that you have to one side and start things afresh. Can you tell me, did he call you, and if he did, what was your response?
Well, I didn't speak to him yet. I can't say he never called me because I've been busy for the last couple of weeks and I had hundreds of calls. So I can't say he never called and I can't say he did call. You know what I mean? What I would say is I saw him last night. You know what I mean? He was doing his interviews outside by Albany Manor with his cameraman. He was interviewing people, and when he saw me, he extended his hand in a handshake, and I shook his hand. You know what I mean? You know, so me and him had a handshake, and I went to him, and I even told him, I said, you know what I mean? You could get your clips. If you want your clips, you could get your clips. Because it's not like he was videotaping the show and I was going to release it. So he also had his clips, and I guess he was putting up his clips on, I think, his website, irishanshin.com. And we never spoke like on the matter that he was speaking about, you know what I mean? Because maybe it wasn't even the place at the time, you know what I mean? But I acknowledged him when I saw him, and he acknowledged me, and I acknowledged him back, you know what I mean? So if that's I guess that's a start.
So you're willing to start things afresh as well?
Well, yeah, I not really get into like a lot of details when it comes to me and him. You know what I mean? I really I don't really with the incident that they were talking about when he mentioned my name. You know what I mean? That was a Nasheen incident at Albany Manor. That's what you're referring to, right?
Yes.
Well, in that regard to that incident, even though me and Sheen has not seen eye to eye on a lot of stuff. How to put this now? I mean, I see Chin all the time in the clash, in song clash. You know what I mean? I see him in different countries. I run into him. We may not talk, but at the same time, I've never fling buckle after Chin, and Chin has never fling buckle after me. You understand, Gibbo?
Yeah.
He has never attacked me, and I've never attacked him in public. You know what I mean? Because I know that I'm a big man. Him is a big man. We don't see each other. We don't have confrontations. Maybe people get this thing out of proportion that me and him is at each other's throat. It is not like that. We don't get along on a certain level, or we don't really see eye to eye at another level. And maybe for the last couple of years, people have not seen us like interacting with each other. But at the same time, I don't see man mess with him. You don't see me and mess with me. So it is not on that level that they were talking about and saying that the incident that happened at Albany Manor. And yeah, I was very upset about the incident, but I don't see me and him on that level as escalating to me, hurting him or him hurting me. I carry myself like a big man, and him also, when you see me, I guess he carry himself as a big man too. He not come after me and attack me. I mean, what time we show him words, and him read a show, and I guess people realize I'm him attack for whatever reason, and I've never seen him on the street and step to him or try to bring violence or try to I just keep my distance and he keep his distance, you know what I mean? So, I see what the people make it seem,
Yeah, I don't think he was suggesting that your beef was that serious. He was just saying it wasn't right for him to call others to end their beefs while he had certain unfinished businesses or rivalries with other people within the business as well. Listen,
let me tell you, I'm sorry to cut you. I don't have to sit and drink with a man for rate a man or tell a man say, yo, Chin spending money on Sound Clash and he put on Sound Clash and I do the same. You understand? We have one thing in common. Sound Clash running in blood and Sound Clash running in my blood. You understand? It's not about who keep bigger show or who keep bigger show. I use all the same sounds that him use. I may work with some newer sounds and younger sounds that he maybe don't work with, you know what I mean? But anybody who can really go there to them is a Sound Clash promoter. On that level, I have to give them certain kind of respect because I know what it takes to put on a show. I know what it takes to be with this thing called Sound Clash. You know what I mean? And in spending money And in doing things, not only him alone, many other promoters. I respect anybody. What you doing, I respect you because you are add to this thing when you name Sound Clash. So we don't have to be friends so we sit down and eat together or drink a rum bar so we can say a good thing about a person. Him love Sound Clash, me love Sound Clash.
Very true. Lastly, before we finish, how many more clashes are you looking to put on this year, and are there any other forthcoming events that you'd like to mention?
Well, what I would say is I'm in touch with my team, you know what I mean, because I work with a team. Many of them that people don't really know, I work with a team. So after last night, it kind of let me have to assess certain things. Like last night dance was a hype dance. There was a lot of hype going into it, and I just want to try to put together more clashes like that. You know what I mean? Where the anticipation was so high, the level of anticipation was so high, the hype in the streets. That's what I really want to get back to. Like last night, Brooklyn Massacre. I think me and Digital need more lineups like that, more controversy, more things to bring the people them all. Like that's what I gotta focus on doing. So yes, there is a couple more things maybe gonna be in the works, and there is one particular one that I will let Gibbo. Before, when everything is finalized, you will be the person who I was thinking about before you even called me today, that I would reach out to you to break it to the people. You know what I mean? When all is well. Don't want to say too much about it, but when all is well, I'll be calling you for you to like, you all broke I want to do, but you all bring it to the people and let them know what I want. You know what I mean? I ain't going to get too much into it, but I'm not like what you do, and I think you have the people in ears at the moment. So, you know what I mean? I'll let you bring it to them when I'm ready.
Andrew, thanks a lot for your time, and I greatly look forward to breaking that news as soon as you're ready.
Yes, keep up, big up yourself and keep up the good work, and just want to big up all the Sound Clash fans, them. You know what I mean? Whether you're white, purple, black, blue, yellow, we have one thing in common, and it's a love for Sound Clash. You know what I mean? And, you know, most of the time we do this, there ain't no big payoff for it, ain't no big profit. You know what I mean? Most of the time, it's just a love for it. You know what I mean? We keep going. Of course, we want to make back the money. Of course, we want to make a profit. But it's not that easy. You know, the market is not that huge anymore. So, you know, big up everybody who's contributing to Sound Clash. And big up all the fans who come out and support us. And big up to all the soundman and soundwoman all over the globe. You know what I mean? And we need more promoters. And we need more people like Gibbo to push the Sound Clash thing. You know what I mean? Can't be all about Shin and Andrew. We need more other people out there to push it. You know what I mean? We've been pushing it for a long time. So we need other people. Can't be only Tech Nine and Face Blast and Valerie from England and Super Locker, Super Sonic with City Lock Promotions. It has to be other people stepping up now and give us. You know what I mean? We have to get other promoters stepping. We need other promoters to keep this thing going. You know? So, you know, I just hope it's on a good path right now, so let's hope it continue. And, you know, it's fun, and we can all get along on a certain kind of level, and, you know, just keep it fun.
Gibbo.